Hey, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. So we have had a whirlwind the past couple weeks. There's been a lot of stuff going on. And I reminded you this morning because we were going to do an entirely different topic. And I was like, you know what we need to do? We need to make a little fuss to ourselves, with ourselves about our 15-year anniversary. Because it's not every day that you do the same thing for 15 years. Like there are some marriages that don't last as long. God knows in celebrity circles, there are no celebrity marriages that last as long as our little business has lasted.
It's true.
And we're planning on going for 15 years more. So I figured let's reminisce. Let's do a little walk down memory lane and talk a little bit about Chicks on the Right and how far we've come. And I feel like we're pioneers in this industry. A lot of youngsters out there doing what we do, but we've been around since some of these people were in diapers.
And we would not be able to do what we do as well as we do it, if I do say so myself, if not for the fact that we get pretty good sleep because of mypillow.com/chicks.
Temperature controlled, if you will.
Temperature controlled mypillow.com/chicks. Specifically the Giza Dream Sheets, which are on mega sale as we speak. And so if you have not yet tried the luxuriousness of the MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets, you are missing out on some really lovely rest. So use our code, which is chicks at mypillow.com/chicks for incredible savings on the Giza Dream Sheets and so much more. All of their stuff is always on mega sale. And then when you use code chicks on top of it, your discounts are like crazy good. So do it. mypillow.com/chicks.
Okay, so we won't go into like how we started or anything like that because people can watch that in a whole other podcast. We have, I think it's like 21 or 22 or something like that. We did a podcast a long time ago on how we started, which is a pretty cool, serendipitous, divine story on how we got started as Chicks on the Right back in 2009. We've been doing this since 2009. But what we wanted to do is take a look back on just some of like our favorite interviews, our favorite memories, some of the videos we've done. We forgot. I mean, it's easy to forget some of the things that you've done in 15 years, especially when you're in midlife and you forget what you had for breakfast this morning. It's easy to forget some of the things that have gone on in 15 years. Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, but like right off the bat, I want to ask you like what your favorite interview is and or event over the past 15 years. Do you have a favorite?
Hard.
It's hard. You don't have to pick just one. Like, do you have a favorite interview? Or
oh my gosh, so
a couple of favorites.
I loved that very early on we did an interview with Mike Rowe and he sang opera music to us.
Yes.
That was super awesome.
And he spent like 45 minutes with us. He was one of the original, like a what you see is what you get guy, where I met him and I'm like, he is the real deal. He was so genuine and so sweet to us. And so he was on my list too. I really, really enjoyed talking to him. Super sweet man.
But gosh, I mean, there's been so many. I loved it when we had Scott Walker in our in studio when he was there, and he was just so precious, and I just loved that.
You loved him. You wanted him to be president at one point.
Did. Yeah, he was my horse that year, whatever year that was. That was.
But you called him aggressively normal.
He called himself that.
Aggressively normal.
I loved that.
Which means that he was never going to win.
Yeah,
because he was so normal. So that I thought it was. We've interviewed Alveda King. I think that just knowing who she is and the family that she's in, I thought that was really cool. I mean, I'm like a nobody, and I'm thinking I get to interview Alveda King. Like, how cool is that? And then I love the fact like we interviewed Juanita Broderick. We lived through everything that happened with the Clintons back in the day. And being able to interview her was really cool for us. And then I think one of my favorites was Dennis Miller.
Yes, and I have actually, because we interviewed him. We were on his show, and then he also came to Indianapolis to do like his stand-up stuff. And we went, and thanks to a friend of ours who has a mutual friend of his, we were able to get backstage with him, which was so fun. And I thought I have a video of the moment that we were backstage with him and he was getting photographs with us, which we thought were photos, but turned out to be video. So this is kind of funny that we're like posing and just standing there like this.
Looking like dorks. Looking like dorks.
Yeah. He was so precious and he held up a copy of our book. And here is that moment.
Okay.
I can't take it.
I mean, he just
snapping. Oh, is this a movie or is this a still? There we go.
I was so fangirling over him.
Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Oh my God. I get this on video.
Just received it.
Oh my God. And of course you hug.
Couple nom de plumes.
I hope you actually read it someday and you like it. I mean, I know you probably inscribed it because you are our favorite. Yes,
Or like, you're never going to read our book.
All time.
Yes. Real quick, sure.
He was so dear and very, very
Wasn't
sweet.
that the coolest?
And then I kept thinking like that was the Saturday Night Live cast that I loved so much was his cast.
Yes.
Back when like Farley was on it, David Spade and all those guys. That was like the last great SNL cast, at least to me. And so I just
that was good time. And then remember when he was in that movie with Sandra Bullock?
Yes, The Net.
The Net. I love that movie.
The Net. That was so good. Oh my God. He was in great movies like Joe Dirt. He played a radio guy in Joe Dirt. You probably don't remember that at all, but he's just, and now he's sort of like off the grid because he doesn't want to dabble in any of this anymore because he can, but he was, his reference pool is so deep, super smart guy. You and I saw him, like you said, we saw him in concert. And I think that's the last time that we really, had anything to do with him, but he was really fun to meet. So he was one of my favorites. So, and then like any events that you can remember over the past 15 years that were super fun for you, because for me, I think one of the most fun, you're going to be surprised by my answer for this, but I think that it would have been the Governor's Ball for the Indiana Governor's Ball.
Really?
When we were tapped to do that. I just think it was a really, it was one of those, I like bucket list kind of things. Like we're never going to do this again. And it certainly we'll never do it again because I think it's very establishmenty, kind of an establishmenty thing to do. But you should be clear.
I mean, just so it's clear, we emceed that event.
Right.
We didn't just go. We were actually tapped to MC it.
Yes.
And there were 2,000 guests in attendance. And it's formal and like it's like
a big deal. God. Yeah, it was a really big deal. We were decked out in like formal gowns and we were on the stage and we were announcing everything. And it's when Governor Eric Holcomb became the governor of Indiana and his wife Janet. And so they tapped us to do that. And it was an honor to do it. Granted, we're not super close to them now. And I don't think we'd ever be tapped to do that ever again because we're not really in the establishment-y circles, but it was a really cool experience to go through that and to be able to do it. And so looking back, it's just something that I'm like, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad that we were able to do it. And at the time it was kind of neat,
It was definitely neat. I would not have picked that as one of my favorites because I feel like my favorite events for us have been the ones that we've hosted.
Yeah. Meet and greets are amazing.
The one that sticks out, of course, is the very first one, which was September of 2012. And, we had rented, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't even know that we were going to get so many people, but we ended up having quite a few people when we rented out, through connections that we had, because of course we had no money. We rented out this little golf country club thing here in Indianapolis. And to our shock and surprise and total happiness, Governor Mitch Daniels at the time surprised us by being there. And I have the video of the moment that we saw him. Oh my
gosh.
And so here is when we realized that he came to our little meet and greet. And then he even spoke at it and everything.
We wanted him to be president too.
Yeah.
We really wanted that to happen. He also was aggressively normal.
Aggressively normal. But here's when we realized that he was there.
Can you even? I mean, what a guy. And he's another one of those guys that's super genuine too. And he was always really good to us. He always gave us time. He's just a super, super nice guy. Yeah. I'd just to interject, when it comes to interviews and meeting people, I think I need to add to that list. Just as of last week, Glenn Beck is one of the additions to that list. Also,
highlight.
Like major highlight of at least my career, because like he's another WYSIWYG, like a what you see is what you get kind of person.
For sure.
And you don't know what to expect from people because they could be total divas. He's so not. So that was a wonderful interview that we had last week.
Yeah,
so that was super
awesome.
fun. Mm-hmm.
And then back in our radio days, this is really just like opening up the hope chest in the attic of seeing all of our.
And you're surprising, and she's surprising me with these because I said, okay, let's get some video. And I'm like, let me see some of them. She's like, nope, I'm going to surprise you.
I'm going to surprise you. And man, I started looking through all the different videos that we made together, and I was dying laughing, but there were so many that there's so much more than what I'm about to share with you that there's not enough time. Like there's not enough time to hit on the highlights, but man, some of these I had completely forgotten about. And so the one that I did remember was when Kim Kardashian, do you remember that time where she was pictured on vacation with her sisters, and her giant ass was pictured and it looked really bad, and she lost her absolute shit about it
because she didn't have control over the footage. She had no control. She couldn't manipulate it, and somebody else showed her ass as for what it was.
And so the way that you do her vocal fry is just my favorite. So this is just a piece of that video, but this is, I think, the best part.
And photographers captured it in
down here, Tyler. It's like
they captured it in its natural state. She's all. I literally do not look anything like that.
Oh
my God! What happened to her? What did it say? But those faces are perfect. They're perfect.
But it was supposed to cut off with you going,
Kim Kardashian's
Dang it. I don't know how it got cut that way.
God, I was so young. I'll speak for myself. You actually look exactly the same. God, I look so young in those videos.
You look exactly the same.
Oh my God, I do not. I had hair back then. It was so great. It was glorious to have hair. So glorious.
And part of the reason that you look the same is thanks to our friends at Genucell. We cannot not remind everybody that the reason is because
keep it up there with Genucell.
Their skincare line, their whole line is absolutely amazing. And this product in particular, the Gen 90, which is included in the most popular package right now for over 70% off, will absolutely erase your wrinkles wherever you may have them. Like it'll just make that sound, and then it'll just smooth them completely. And so you will look like $1 million, and you don't have to go to the Dominican or wherever to get like surgery, or just don't do that. Don't
get botched anything in Mexico. Don't do it, you guys.
Do not do that.
Use Genucell.
And right now they're also throwing in, when you order the most popular package, which includes the Gen 90, you will also get a free beauty box and deep firming serum for free and free shipping. So they are really turning on the savings right now at genucell.com/chicks. That's GENUCEL.com/chicks. What else you got in the grab bag of goodies today? Well, there was we did a recap of some of our hate mail. And
oh my God.
2 pieces of hate mail that were especially hilarious. And here is the first one.
I like the chicks, but when they start talking in their high pitchy voices, when they speak about animals, I have to turn it down because they don't like it when we talk about dogs. They don't like it. I bet that you don't like animals either, Matt, and that's too bad for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't like dogs. My dogs wouldn't like you either, Matt. That's too bad.
Do you think that's the voice that he was referring
That's probably it, Matt.
Another one.
Plus, they repeat what the other one says about 10 times in a row.
In a row?
In a row.
10 times in a row?
10 times in a row.
So they're saying we repeat each other
10 times in a row.
What the other says.
What the other one says.
10 times in a row.
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 As if we would ever repeat each other.
As if.
10 times in a row.
In a row.
We wouldn't do that.
Never.
Now,
oh my God, I totally forgot about that. I totally did.
We still do it so much.
wonder how Matt's doing.
Yeah, I wonder how he is
Matt
doing.
is. I wonder if he ever cut himself an animal. I wonder if he did. He feeds it rough greens. I wonder if he does that.
Oh my God.
Poor
I just love that.
Poor guy. We still get hate mail, but now what we do is we turn it around, and Mock is so brutal. She turns it around and puts it on the wall of shame so we can make money off of it.
That's right. That's right. Here is another piece of hate mail, and I actually don't remember which one this is already, even though I just collected it.
Zach said, this is my favorite one. In fact, I dedicated an entire post to Zach on our website. Chicks had no business being on during rush hour anyway. Everyone is trapped in their vehicles and can't escape.
It's a trap.
He doesn't know about
There's buttons,
the dial.
little buttons and dials, and
you can turn it off.
And you can also get out of your car.
Oh my God. Those are good times.
Oh my God.
People in their hate mail, right? I think that's one of the things that I was most surprised about when we started is how much hate we were going to get. And the first couple of years were tough. Like you and I had a tough time adjusting to all the hate because we were such nice people, and now we're total bitches.
Remember when we were nice?
Remember when we were super nice? And then we developed this really thick skin, and now we're awful. Yeah, it's because of all the hate that we received, and all the people calling us racist and white supremacists and all the horrible things that they call us. Because eventually it just kind of rolls off you, and you're like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Sticks and stones, man.
Also, this is just like a really nice trip down memory lane. And that is because we were still in radio together when our book came out.
Yeah.
And so we wrote this book, and then we had an actual book signing at the Barnes & Noble's just up the street from me here in Indy. And that was like such a big deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And our videographer at the time put together this little montage of our experience at our first book signing. And so here.
I love
Isn't
it.
that wild?
I totally forgot about that.
I know.
We wrote a book, you guys. We wrote a book.
We did. And it still exists today
in the
is
world
on Amazon, and it's still relevant, and you should read it if you haven't yet.
It's pretty timeless. I think the shelf life on that is pretty good. Yeah.
We went through a number of videographers, actually. There was 3, right? So we had Felicia, and we had Tyler, and we had Maddie.
Yes, Maddie was the last one. Yes.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone.
I think there may have been one more, but I honestly can't remember who the 4th one was. It may have been so quick that person had such a quick turnaround. But those are the 3 big ones that we had. Yes.
And they, especially Felicia and Tyler, they were so talented.
They really
And they
were.
always had these phenomenal ideas. And one time Tyler decided, you know what you guys should do? You should do a laugh challenge. And so he was basically showing us surprise videos, and we were competing against each other to see who would break first.
And I thought it'd be you for sure, because you're such a laugher. And I thought I got this in the bag.
I won. I totally won.
I can't believe it.
Inexplicably. But we both lost on one particular round, and it was this one.
All right, I've got this.
Oh my God. No. This is harsh. This is harsh. We are so screwed.
Why are they wearing bread? Why do they have I cannot. I can't. Oh my god.
Why are they wearing that?
I can't. The bread dogs. It's like I think both of us were like, we have to go home and try that on our dogs immediately. I have to shove bread on my dog's snoot immediately.
Oh my god, that was the best. That was absolutely the best.
Yeah, there was no way we were making out of it. We were not making it out alive and not laughing at that. No way.
But I think it was actually Maddie, if I'm not mistaken, who convinced us that we needed to try to do a dramatic reading of, was it Cardi B or
Beyonce or Cardi B?
China or what? Like, not China. What's her name?
Whoever had like the most disgusting lyrics ever. It could have been. It was either Beyonce or Black China or
Black China. I think it was
it Black China? I can't remember. Somebody with disgusting lyrics.
We did it, and we looked absolutely ridiculous. And I completely forgot about this clip, but I found
did too.
Here it is.
I'm a bad suck some. If that gets slick, I'll cut up the. I'll gut the. Had to up the man. The won't shoot her, but I will gun butt the.
I totally forgot that existed.
Same.
Until right this minute. Where did you find that?
It was with all the other ones from WIBC.
I cannot believe that exists in the world. The stuff that we did on radio. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And then there was the time that we ordered all of this shit from China, all the beauty products from China. That's one of my favorite videos that we've ever done together.
This is before Genucell, you guys. Okay, we were like. This is like before we really got serious about our skincare, and we thought we were going to try all the novelty things, and this is how it went down. Really,
this is at least a piece of how that went down.
Remind the audience of the name of this product.
The Vowberry Cell Roller for face up, arm cellulite roller, slimming roller massager for a neck face.
Just put that into the search field.
Just put that right in there.
China.
And last but not least, we haven't even opened these.
Yeah.
This is the Colite Anti-Wrinkle Half Slimming Cheek Mask.
That's right.
V-Face Line Slim Up Belt Strap.
I took one for the team.
China.
And listen, if it doesn't work for anti-aging, you can become a pro wrestler.
So it's very simple.
Oh, it's simple.
Is it like this? I can't hear anything.
My head was too big.
Or is it like if you've
It's very adjustable.
Oh, is it? Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, is it like this? Is this?
Yes.
Is this?
That's
okay,
it.
hold on. I can't fit it in my ear. Because these are adjustable. Can you help me?
It's when you said, "Can you help me?" that I died.
The best at the end, I think I was like, I feel beautiful. I look beautiful.
Beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Oh my god, that whole video.
China. It's hysterical. I mean, feed myself during
products and the names of the products. Like what was even happening there?
They're like 50 words long. China. We made fun of China on our radio show all the time. And you guys, we would get so much shit for it. Like people would write us. They would send us emails and they'd be like, I'm from China. Quit making fun of China. And I would just respond to those people. I'd be like, but you're here. You know, right. You left China and you're living in America. So why are you complaining? Like, why are you yelling at me? You're in America for a reason. It's because it's better. What am I supposed to do? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then lastly, before we have like a little montage of photos as well, with some other memories, the last one, of course, that we had to include was when we were complaining about how women are objectified.
Yes.
And then this
happened. God, this is the best.
You know, and I think about like the Carl's Jr. ads, right? Where there's girls in bikinis and they're like eating hamburgers all seductively.
Like dripping all over.
As if sex sells products.
It doesn't sell anything.
It's pointless and it's demeaning.
As if.
And women are constantly objectified.
It's ridiculous.
I'm so tired of always having like these naked women or bikini clad women just sort of in my face all the time. Selling products.
I couldn't keep a straight face. Look
I'm
at me.
tired of it.
I can't.
And you know, do you remember the Calvin Klein commercials with the jeans
the girl, like it was Brooke Shields, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, nothing can get in between me and my Calvin. Why do we have to do that?
It is so completely demeaning.
Constant
I can't,
exploitation.
to women. It's awful. It's awful what people do to women.
It's terrible.
And
It's got to stop.
It's got to stop.
But the worst part is that you weren't looking at him the whole time. I had to look at him.
I wouldn't have,
like your back was turned to him. That's Ben Polizzi. He's a comedian, by the way.
And you've probably seen him on such things as F Boy Island.
The first
time
time
stars on F Boy Island.
Yeah, the first time that we ever met Ben, Miriam was like, "I need to tell you how incredibly good looking you are." And
well,
how
it's very distracting.
And how distracting it is that you're that good looking. Like it's not normal how attractive you are, especially in this radio environment, because no one in this environment is that attractive. So it's very off-putting to me. Like, and I don't want to get called to HR, but you just need to know that up front.
You
and
just
so
need to put that face away.
And then we obviously used him for a video.
Right.
Obviously.
And then we totally exploited him as best we could.
And he was okay with it, which is why we love Ben. Yeah.
All right. And then you sent me a bunch of pictures that we're going to share. So you can, I'll just pause on
that.
Describe.
That was our very first photo shoot ever. It was like behind the scenes, right? That was our friend.
This is our second, because didn't we do Dario's first?
Oh, that's right. That's right. This is our second. Yeah. This is the one where we did like I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but we have a picture of us where we're blowing bubbles. This is the one. This is the photo shoot. It's the second. This is the second photo shoot. We did it with our friend Angela, who's in Indianapolis, and that was our second photo shoot ever. So it was super fun. It was at her house. This is the first. That's the first. That's the first photo shoot. And there's stuff flying around. I think he did that. He put all that stuff in there, right?
Yeah, we told him like what props we wanted to have, sprinkled, and then we made calendars out of that.
We did.
We like had a little like a magnetic calendar, and so we had that, and we sold those. That was like our first merch thing.
Look how businessy we were.
So
and now
businessy.
we wear Sweatstork. It's so great. I know we're so busy.
Yeah, because that was 2020.
That had to have been like 2010. That's like 2010. That's 2010 because it was right after my daughter was born. Like it was like right after. I think we had that done. Yeah,
that's right.
Yep.
And then we have this.
That was New York City. We went to New York City with our writers. I honestly don't remember the year, Miriam. I don't.
That would have been 2017,
2018, maybe something like that. Yeah. And that, I think is it the last time we've been to New York? I think it's the last time because we don't like to go there.
Because if we can help it, we won't ever
because
go back.
I think now if we went there, we would probably get killed. Like,
everybody who goes there is at risk of being killed.
Totally. Exactly. I mean, you're not safe in that cop car. Look at the cop car. Like that looks safe.
I mean, and smart cars just anger me anyway.
Right.
Like the second I see a smart car, I get rage about it because they shouldn't exist.
She's going to beat up the cop car. Exactly. Exactly. So that was New York.
That was New York. And then
that's Scott Walker.
I
think it was a state dinner. We used to get invited to state dinners all the time. And then they were like, we're on to you. You're not establishment. We're not inviting you anymore.
Yep.
And then they stopped inviting us, but that was during the time that they invited us. And we would sit at our own little table and like talk crap about all the establishment people. That's what we would do.
Totally would.
And that was us on Newsmax.
Yes. This is on the book tour. So this is back in 2014.
Yep. You're right.
When we had sold our book and we had published our book and we were on this big tour of all kinds of shows, Newsmax being one of them.
Yep.
And I probably don't have these in any kind of order. Oh, there.
Same book tour. Yeah, it's 2014. It was on Fox like Fox and Friends back when she was on Fox. And she was tiny. Remember how tiny she was?
She probably still is tiny.
She was itty bitty, and she was really nice to us. She probably doesn't remember us at all.
No, I can't imagine that she would. And then this was Texas.
Yeah. We were in Texas at some Dallas thing. We were at some Dallas women's thing that we did. And he was there. And so was his dad. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. And we spent a lot of time with his dad.
Yeah.
Why did we do
green
that?
room. We were in a green room.
That's right.
We were in a green room. We spent more time with his dad than we did with him. And his dad was a lovely man.
He was
Very
super
nice.
nice. Super nice.
Yeah.
And then here we are with Don Lemon.
Yep. That was
God,
behind the
isn't that
scenes. He was
wild?
sick that night. See the tissue and the like coffee or whatever. He had like lozenges. He was not feeling well. He had a cold. And he this was back in the day where he wasn't so rabid. Back in 2014, he wasn't very awful. He wasn't as awful. He said during that interview that he was more of a libertarian. So it was a very bizarre interview with him, but that I don't think we would be as welcome if he had a show now. He would be probably awful to us. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was very, very nice to us back in the day.
Yeah.
And there's Brett Baer.
Brett Baer. We
Look
were
at
at
him.
Fox. We got pictures taken with a lot of people at Fox during that.
We did.
tour.
I think there's one with Steve Hayes. There's one even with Frank Luntz.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild. And Stuart Varney.
Stuart.
God
Remember his
bless him.
show? He would not say the tagline of our book. Remember, he wouldn't say crap load.
Yeah,
'Cause
he had to have who ended up doing it? Who's that guy? The other guy that was there that did it?
Oh God, I
man,
can't remember who
his
said it.
name.
It was I can't
Everybody
remember
would know who it is.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember who said it because the tagline of our book is "Right for a Reason: Life, Liberty, and a Crapload of Common Sense." He would not say crapload, y'all. He wouldn't do it, and we were
Could not
like,
do it.
"That's our book title. Like, you can just say it." He wouldn't do it. It's like he was above it. You know, he was too proper to say crapload. It's like, oh my God, and so he wouldn't do it. Yeah, was it Lou? Was it Lou something? Lou something that said it? Lou? I can't remember.
I feel like you're getting there, but I cannot think of who it was.
I know. I can't remember. Some other dude that's like finance dude that was there with us, and he said it. He's like, I'll say it. I don't care. I'm American. Whatever.
Dobbs. Lou Dobbs.
Lou Dobbs.
Yes,
Thank
Lou
you.
Dobbs. That's
Lou
who
Dobbs.
it was. Yeah, he said it. He had no problem.
Yeah.
It was fine.
He's like, I'll say crapload. I'll say shitload. Whatever. Yeah.
Anyway, that was a photo montage.
I know. So that was like a little trip down memory lane. So anything that so like anything before we cut out here, anything that that you would want to say that you've learned most of all in the 15 years?
Definitely to have a thick skin and to not give a crap or crap load about what others think or think we should be or think we should say or think we should do or think we should change.
Yeah.
We have always been the best when we're just ourselves.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say for me, it's like, don't be afraid. Because too many conservatives are afraid to be conservative. That's the one theme I've seen over the past 15 years. So many people are like, I agree with what you say, but I'm afraid to say it. So I think that keeps us from winning. That keeps us from doing better as a party. And then also, I think the thing I'm most proud of, I think we've said this many times, is our community. We've built such a kick-ass community. I love the people that we get to hang out with every single day in our podcast. And I hope we get to do it for another 15 more years.
Same.
Yeah. Cheers.
And actually, cheers indeed. We've got some reviews to share that people have left for us on the Apple Podcast platform. But before we get to those, I want to remind everybody about Omaha Steaks' subscription service, which is amazeballs because you can basically set up your own choice of meats or sides or desserts or a combination of all three and create yourself however often you would like it subscription package to come to you. I'm going to be ordering subscription sides today, but you can change what you put in your subscription every single month, or you can change the frequency, it's all flexible.
And when you say sides, she's including risotto, you guys. A lot of people don't know that Omaha Steaks they have little risotto balls, they have potatoes, they have all sorts of yummy sides. So you could just do sides, you could just do meat, you could just do desserts, you could do all of them together. So make sure you check out all of the options that they have at omahasteaks.com/chicks. Do that.
For sure. And then if you do a subscription, you're going to get an extra 10% off of your subscription order, plus free burgers for life. You cannot beat that at omahasteaks.com/chicks. So here is a message. This came from Surf to Right, and it says, these chicks are on fire. This spinoff from Chicks on the Right is just the perfect ear candy for me. Living in SoCal, sometimes it gets a little too far left for this 70-year-old to put up with. It is so great to hear your humorous common sense takes to go along with your political views. Keep smiling. That's from Art in SoCal.
I love it.
So nice.
That's so sweet.
And then 8 and counting said, seeing through the lens of of conservative women, I've been listening to the chicks from their radio days. Then and now they are a part of my daily news feed. It is so hard to get straight talk from like-minded conservative women. The chicks definitely deliver. They feel like the girlfriends you agree with on everything. Keep it up, ladies.
I love that. So sweet.
There's so many,
sweet.
but we'll just we'll finish it off with this one because this is great. This is from Mrs. Dowd, and it says, feels like morning coffee with good friends. I look forward to listening to these ladies every morning. It feels like I'm sitting at the kitchen table having coffee with my own 2 friends, chatting about the day's events, the good, the bad, the ugly. And they always leave you feeling better about all the things than when you came in. I even miss them on days they don't have their show, as they have become a wonderful part of my daily routine. Thanks, ladies. Keep it up and ignore the trolls.
That's what it's all about. That's what our community is all about. Yeah. So tell your friends and join the community because our community is awesome. It's not just us.
Really
it's the people that have come into our community that make it feel like that. We're one big happy family. So
that is damn right.
So cheers to 15. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.